Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Dende video on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best settings for PvP. And yeah, let's get into it. So what you want to do is you want to go options, of course. Gameplay. If you don't play Max Foot of You, I'm not going to lie, you're a bit of a weirdo, I can't lie. You're bugging LA. Head bob. You don't want this shit because when you're running, pretty much makes your shit go hey, you know what I mean? You don't want that. Crosshair. If you've got Crosshair X, turn this off and use Crosshair X, but otherwise leave this on. Hit cross. You can have that as well if you want. Flash hurt. Sometimes this can be good because it tells you if you've actually been tagged and roughly whereabouts you've been tagged from, but I'll leave it off because I think it fucks with my vision a lot. Compass. These are all pretty much personal preference. You don't really need this. Nudity, also personal preference. This one right here. So pretty much if you have it on max, whenever you break down a wall, the wall is going to show a lot more pretty much. But if you got it all the way low, it's not going to show as much. You can go watch my short on that. Okay, user interface. I play on half. That's just how I like it. I don't like my inventory being too big, and by my inventory I don't want it to be too small as well, so I just leave it in the middle. Show HUD, leave that on unless you're making like a cinematic or something. And the rest is pretty much personal preference as well. Audio, also personal preference. Definitely want to have master volume a lot higher because you want to be able to hear those footsteps. Controls, also personal preference as well. Just play with it. I find a decently mid to high sense is a little bit better for me just because the recoil changes. You don't really have to do such micro movements anymore. So these are the settings that I use. You can copy them. You cannot copy them. It's up to you. Screen, I play on resolution 1920 by 1080 full screen. VSync off because VSync is terrible, and then FPS limit on 150 because that's pretty much what I can get around. I get from like 100 to 150 FPS. Graphics, this is one of the most important ones. I like my game looking a bit nicer and my computer can handle it, so I play on 6, but if your computer's on the lower end side, just turn this all the way down. But you definitely want render scale all the way up because you don't want the game to be looking like an absolute fucking fried potato. But if your computer can't still run the game, just turn this a little bit down, like halfway. Maybe your game will look a bit more blurry, but you might still be able to play. DLS, you can have this on, but in my experience, this literally does nothing besides drain the fuck out of your FPS. So do that. Shadow quality, this is very controversial, but I like to have it all the way up because I find it's a lot easier to see through shadows when it's max because the shadows are much more predominant, so I can actually tell. Shadow cascades, no cascades, max shadow lights off, water quality off, water reflections off, and then shader level, I also have that all the way down because pretty much it just makes your grass like quality in that a lot smaller, so it's a lot easier to see guns and stuff on the floor. Draw distance, you want max. These three you just want off. Grass displacement you want on because whenever you drop a gun on the floor, it pretty much creates a circle around it in the grass, like a little imprint, and it pretty much tells you. Grass shadows you want off because that's just gonna be annoying. Reflex mode, I have it on and boost because it just does improve latency and stuff like that. And then mesh quality, you'd pretty much just want object all the way up and then everything on half if you want. But I have these settings, you can copy them if you really want to. Image effects, anti-aliasing and sharpen are the only ones I have on. The rest just turn off. Sharpen I have on just because it gives the game a little bit more of the aesthetic pleasing. And then anti-aliasing I just have on FXAA because this makes the game look a bit nicer as well. And then experimental, you can have these three off, and optimize loading just put on the max setting because it's just going to make your game load that little bit faster. And yeah, if that did help, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.